Welcome to Pepe Suarez Xtra on YouTube. Thanks for always watching us. We are grateful that you continue to watch us. Kindly subscribe to this channel for us. This is the second channel of the Pepe Suarez Media. It is Pepe Suarez Xtra, XTRA. Kindly subscribe for us. We are sorry that we had to break uh, publishing videos on this particular channel. We are sorry. We are back and we are back in full swing. The Black Stars of Ghana will be in action next week when the Unity Cup is played in UK, London. Yes, so there are four nations involved in this particular tournament. Two from West Africa and two from the CONCACAF region. So there's Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago from that region. And then there's Nigeria and Ghana from West Africa. The first game of Ghana will be between the Black Stars of Ghana and the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Then the winner of that game will progress to meet the winner of the game between Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago. The losers will also play. So at least each nation is assured to play two games in this particular tournament. Now, the call up for the Black Stars by Coach Otado for these games or these upcoming games will be released any moment from now. But we have picked reports that at least some four defenders are not part of the game. Some four regular defenders. If you are calling Black Stars, you can take the last call up for the Black Stars for the two World Cup qualifiers. They were there. You can take the Black Stars call up for the last friendly game that were played. They were there. You can take Black Stars call up for the African Cup of Nations qualifiers. They were there. Those players will not be there. Who are these players? Stay tuned as I run you by players who are mixing in action as far as the Black Stars Unity Cup tournament participation is concerned. Now, let me start from Brighton and Hove Albion in the English Premier League. And if I go to Brighton, I'm talking about Ghana's Tariq Kwame Ni Lamte. He's popularly known as Tariq Lamte. Tariq has been injured for most parts of this particular season. In fact, he recovered, and it was quite shocking that when he recovered, he moved straight into the first team and started playing. And in fact, he even scored. So Tariq Lamptey came back and was enjoying every bit of minutes that he was playing under Brighton and Hove Albion. Unfortunately, he picked up an injury again, and that is a problem. So when Brighton played Liverpool, he was not part of even the match they scored. Then you go to the game before that one, he was not part. And when you check, even Brighton says unknown. Time of return, they will state unknown. Remember, Tariq Lamptey's contract with Brighton and Hove Albion will be ending, I think, at the end of the season. His contract with Brighton will be ending. He was a Chelsea player. He moved from Chelsea, signed for Brighton, and then his contract is almost over. Brighton, as we speak, have not engaged him in a discussion to extend his stay. So we can safely assume that Brighton may not extend his stay. And so he, together with his agent, I'm sure at this point in time, are looking for a way out. But he has not played for Brighton in the last 2, 3 games. And so we don't expect that a player who has been missing in action for that length of time will be part of the Black Stars game. That Tariq Lamptey is not going to be part. Let me move to Turkey, where two of our defenders will also not be answering call up for this particular fixture. It is not that they are not patriotic, but the fact that, yes, the major leagues in Europe will be ending this particular weekend. If you go to Spain, the league will be ending this weekend. England, Italy, France. In fact, France has already ended, yes. And so all those games, all those major leagues will be ending. But if you go to the Turkish Super League, their league is not ending. So let's go to Turkey, where we have Alexander Djiku playing for Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce. Alexander Djiku, he played for Fenerbahce. And Alexander Djiku will miss this game because on the weekend or the midweek and the weekend that will be playing those games, his club side, Fenerbahce, will still have league games to honor. So dependable Black Stars defender, Alexander Djiku, is expected to be out of this particular tournament. That is Alexander Djiku, because his side will be playing. Now let me move to, I'll stay in Turkey and talk about Jerome Opoku, who played for Istanbul Basaksehir. Yes, Istanbul Basaksehir. Now, in fact, he's in top form. I think he scored a week or two ago. He scored. But then, because the league in Turkey has not ended, Jerome Opoku will also not be available. Kindly note that uh, this particular fixture, as far as it will conflict with competitive club football, the player is not compelled, and the club is not compelled to release the player. And so, Istanbul Basaksehir will not release Jerome Opoku to participate in the Unity Cup. So, I've mentioned three players. For Tariq, is injured. That is why he's not available. For Alexander Djiku, he is not injured, but the fact of the matter is that Alex Djiku is still playing in competitive football, competitive action for his club side Fenerbahce. And so they will still be playing whilst this tournament also progresses, and he will not be available. Then again in Turkey, because the Turkish Super League has not ended, the young man called Jerome Opoku, another centre back, will not also be available for this particular game. From Turkey, let me fly straight to Switzerland, to the Swiss Super League. And then if I go to Switzerland, it means there's this player who will not be available. We are talking about Jonas Adjetey. Jonas Adjetey. That is a new player who has been invited to the Black Stars. And I think gradually he's becoming a regular member of the Black Stars, even though he's not been a starter, but he's becoming a regular member of the Black Stars. His club side, FC Basel, are playing the Swiss Cup finals, the Swiss Cup final. And the Swiss Cup final is scheduled for next weekend. So this weekend and the next weekend. But remember, our games are scheduled for, I think, 28th and then 29th, and then 3 days after the finals we played in the super in the Unity Cup. So once Jonas Adjetey will be engaged in the Swiss Cup final with his club side, then I'm not sure FC Basel will contemplate on releasing a player who's going to play the Swiss Cup final to go and play in the Unity Cup, which is more or less a friendly game for the national teams. So these are four players who will be missing. The other day on Akoma Sports, I was telling you why the local players may have a look in at this point in time, because most of our foreign players will not be available. So I've just mentioned four defenders. Three of them are centre backs. Alexander Djiku is a regular centre back. Jerome Opoku is a centre back. And then Jonas Adjetey is a centre back. Adjetey plays for FC Basel, and they will be engaged in the Swiss Cup final. Alexander Djiku and the player called Jerome Opoku will be playing in the Turkish Super League. So clearly, because there are league games in the Turkish Super League, they will not be available. And so three centre backs will not be there. It is the reason Razak Simpson of Nations FC, Ebenezer Urban of Tango of Lions may have the opportunity to get minutes in this particular game that will be played. The first game, remember, is between the Black Stars of Ghana and the Super Eagles of Nigeria. The Black Stars are expected to leave Ghana Friday. That is today, Friday. They're expected to leave. And so if they leave, the local contingent made up of Kwame Poku of Asante Kotoko, Andrew Sintimanu of Kotoko, Kamadin Mahmudu of Midiema, Ebenezer Aban, Razak Simpson, and then we have, if you go to Bekum Chelsea, they are the leading goal scorer of the Ghana Premier League. Stephen Amankona, Zero, is also part of it. So the local contingent will fly, get to London, and then their other colleagues based in a foreign land will join them. That is the breaking news story we have for you. That at least four of the regular Black Stars defenders will be out of the Unity Cup. Thank you so much. Kindly subscribe to the channel for us. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. God bless you.